Hey, your captions are working though. Captions are working great.
Things were working great. There we go. Things were working great, but I am using a different microphone, and the whole thing didn't save when I kept it. So anyway, as I was saying, welcome to this month's Tales from the Tavern, because I did that intro perfectly, and there wasn't a single mistake in it at all.
It was perfect.
It was perfect.
Yeah, you nailed it.
We're really excited to be here. We've got a super fun group of people, and so I'm going to go around, let them all introduce themselves so you get to know who everybody is. We've got a few people who have been here before, a few people who are first-timers, one person who is a second-timer, and David, who's been here like as many times as me. So, Glaiza, we're going to start with you, and we'll go around and have everybody tell us a little about themselves.
Hey, my name is Glaiza. I go by they, he. If you found a classical Glaiza on the internet, that is me. I'm the only classical Glaiza. I am the longest running. Wait, no. I'm the guide of the I don't run. I am the guide of the longest running Monster Care Squad game called From the Library. And if you ask Sandy Pug Games, the creator of From the Library, she said she really likes it. So that's a great thing. Anyway, that's me. Hi.
Well, we're excited to have you here, and thank you for coming back to hang out with us. Henry, we'll go to you next.
Hi, I'm Henry. My pronouns are he, they. I just need to make everybody aware that it is currently 2:05 a.m. where I am, because I am from Norway. So my brain is all over the place, but I'm very excited to be here. You can find me at Jan_Han on pretty much any platform, including here on Twitch. I also am a podcaster. Right now I'm working on a very cool, queer, fully, like all of the cast and everybody involved are Scandinavian, neurodivergent, queer horror anthology podcast called Circes. Very, very fun. I help voice, I play one of the main characters, and I also help edit and just a bunch of things. And yeah, I'm also just a huge nerd in general, and I am obsessed with Dungeons and Dragons. So I'm very, very excited to talk about my favorite hobby.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here, and we're excited to get to know you a little bit. David Tisltra.
Hello, everybody. It's an honor to be back here at Tales from the Tavern. My name is David Tisltra. You can find me on the internet at David Tisltra, wherever your internet is sold. I am a voice actor, TTRPG performer, dungeon master, sort of all-around TTRPG enthusiast. And got a couple shows coming out, shows that I've been a part of, shows that I've helped make. We can talk about those in a bit. I just want to say, super excited to be here, excited to chat with all these wonderful, amazing folks. And yeah, my name is David.
Awesome. Well, I am excited to have you back. It's always good to have a chance to catch up with you.
It's such an honor.
S, tell us a little about you.
Hi, I'm S, he, him pronouns. I am today's Nepo guest. Yeah, you'll get wise soon enough. You can find me and my group of friends, projects of RPG, TTRPG related content under HGahenna. That is HGAEHENA. If you don't get them, just shoot Luna and ruin her sleep. 3 a.m. in the morning. It's like what was the Twitter or X handle, whatever. Have a few projects mainly trying to bridge the communities of Latin America and North American TTRPGs, because Latin America is pretty much very disconnected. I am in North America, but I hail from that region. And another project I have is a map making channel that should be restarting next year, if everything goes well enough, in a very Bob Ross kind of way, because the hair. So yeah, that's me.
We've Glaiza here twice, so excuse me while I do a little bit of finagling.
Double Glaizas.
Glaiza, wonderful.
The AIs are overtaking.
All right. Well, we're glad to have you here, and looking forward to getting to know you a little bit as well. Let's see.
I see that
There
fun.
we go.
Appreciate
Now,
it.
now we've got everybody back where they're supposed to be.
Nice.
And TTBenjamin.
Woo.
Hello, everybody. I'm glad to be back here at Tales from the Tavern one more time. My name is David Tisltra. You can find me on Twitter at David_Tisltra. I'm a voice actor, dungeon master, podcaster, just a lot of different things here online. Yeah, thanks for having me. No.
So good.
Hey, everybody. I'm TTBenjamin. You can find me on Twitter at TTBenjamin1. I'm a podcaster and indie game designer, so you can find me. I'm the host and showrunner of the Game Woven podcast, an indie TTRPG actual play anthology podcast where we build a world one game at a time. So if you've ever thought of we'll play the Quiet Year and then we'll use that for the setting of our D&D campaign, we do that, except we never actually get to the D&D campaign. We just keep daisy chaining game after game after game after game. We've been running for 1 year strong. Game Woven, you definitely want to check it out. We're having a bit of a moment right now. A little inside track information. A certain special guest was in our recording channel just earlier today. That's right. The preeminent James D'Amato is going to be on an upcoming 2 episodes of Game Woven. So we are really excited about that. It's a fantastic project. It's a lot of fun. I love it a great deal. I'm also a game designer. I wrote Adversary. There it is.
Ooh.
Art by Tyson Burris.
Nice.
Also did
Adversary.
this overlay, by the way.
Yep.
That's
Tyson's a true bean, as they say. Adversary is a For the Queen send-up where we play out the final battle of a years-long campaign in a single session by flashing piece in the campaign. It's a blast. Every time I've run it, it is both hilarious and heartbreaking. Check it out. It's out now. It is live now. You can get it now on DriveThruRPG. It's got the book, and then we've got deck of custom Adversary game cards. It's actually the best game ever written.
Ever.
Yes.
I would
Say
also
with
like to
your
point
chest.
out that David Tisltra and I were on the inaugural episode of Game Woven together.
And Glaiza.
We were.
And Glaiza.
And
Glaiza
Glaiza,
and
yeah.
I played twins.
Mhm.
Yep.
And Glaiza and I are now also on a podcast together for a few episodes. So yeah, lots of cool stuff happening. Lots of places to catch us all in the same place. So you should do that. I am Gamer Mom Luna. This is Tales from the Tavern. If you have never been here before, let me tell you a little about how this works. Basically, we're going to talk all things TTRPG, but everything we talk about comes from questions from chat. So if you would like to ask a question of the group, go ahead and drop it right in chat. Just write question beforehand so we can make sure that the moderator sees it, and they will feed it to me, and I will then relay it to the rest of the guests. If you are someone who has been here for a while and you've got some channel points racked up, one, you may have noticed that they changed from being throw pillows. Now they are D4s. So channel points are now D4s, and you can spend 1,000 D4s and have your question bumped up to the next one in the queue. So that is an option for you as well. If one of my cats decides to make an appearance, I'm sure they would not be opposed to you spending 500 channel points there you go. Redeem some cat treats. So as soon as one of my cats comes in, I will be sure to give them some cat treats.
Amazing.
But we've already got a couple questions that have come in, so we're going to dive right into the ones that I have gotten. And the first one that we have is from Mimics and Misfits. Hi, Matt. And Matt's question is, what hero from a video game would you choose to have as your adversary? Go ahead and
Adversary.
Oh
Yes.
no! Oh, it's like
Oh.
as like the oh.
I have
have
an
to
answer
beat this
immediately.
person?
Go for
Go
it.
for it, Glaiza.
Okay, so does anybody here play Stardew Valley?
Yes.
I'm sure y'all play Stardew Valley. The hero that I will be choosing to be my adversary is unfortunately Shane. Shane
That's fair.
and I. Shane is rude. I love Shane. I'm going to go into a enemies to lovers sort of thing adversary with Shane, and that is my answer because Shane basically needs something to wake him up from his like stupor, and that I believe it would be me. Yeah, Shane is my choice for this.
That's a solid choice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. But if we're talking about somebody that I actually hate in Stardew Valley, there's the mayor. The mayor is my main villain. I hate the mayor. He needs to step it up with, you know, his love story and not be ashamed of it, because I will tell the whole world about his underwear. The mayor and I have beef.
As you should, honestly. Wow, that's a good one. I feel like a couple right off the top of my head, kind of in the same vein of things. Probably Tom Nook from Animal Crossing.
That's
That's a good one.
That's a
that
good
little
one.
rat. Oh my god.
That's a very good one.
Tom Nook deserves whatever it is coming to him.
Yeah, he's kind of a jerk.
I got that game during COVID. Tom Nook can burn. I got that game during COVID, and I'd never played an Animal Crossing game before. And I remember I was playing. I was like, "This is great! I'm planting trees and catching bugs." And I was like, "I don't really know how to progress the story." And then I started getting all like the house upgrades, and I was like, "This jerk is taking all my money, and these houses aren't even that much better." And he's always like, "But there's more. There's more you can buy." And I'm like, "Oh, Tom Nook, you." But I would say either Tom Nook or this is solely for predictability. I think his skill vastly outstrips my own. But Bowser, you always just know where he's going to be and always know what he's going to be doing. It's like, okay, cool, sweet. I'll set a trap for you in this Princess Peach castle, and we're done. Bowser.
Game over.
Yeah.
Here's I got a really important follow-up question
Nice.
for this one. This one I'm my hamster's running, okay? It's on a dead sprint up there.
Is that a metaphor for something?
I got a hamster on a wheel inside my brain, and that's what keeps my brain going.
Oh, so you have like a hamster next to you. Okay.
Do they come to my world or do I go to theirs?
Oh, that's a
question.
solid
Oh,
follow-up
That's a very
question.
good question.
That is a very good follow-up question.
They came to your world specifically to target you.
Ooh,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, then I've got it. All right, here's the deal. I would choose, and I've been playing this game a lot now, but my foe would be the main character of Dragon's Dogma, the Arisen. Whatever that person is, and I'm going to tell you why. They're coming to my world, okay? They're in my house. You never guess what we've got that they don't. That's right, a gun. I have a gun. I shoot the Arisen in the heart. Guess what I get to become? A dragon.
Honestly,
Okay?
yeah.
You shoot him, boom, and now I'm a dragon? Perfect. It's low risk, high reward. Can't miss it.
There you
Low
go.
risk, high reward. There really isn't a higher reward than being.
And suddenly
becoming a
now our
dragon.
world has a dragon.
Everything has changed.
Everything's
Messes
changed.
I
everything
think that's
up.
the worst. I think that's the worst thing that could happen to me, specifically
Is becoming a
as a
dragon.
person, as a human being. That my worst enemy in the world is the best thing ever for me.
Oh no, it's okay, Glaiza, because here's the deal. I fly my happy ass over to the Pacific Northwest. I stab you in the heart with my dragon's claw. You become the Arisen of this world, and then when you kill me, guess what? You get to be a dragon.
Yes,
Ah!
fine.
Like an infinite mini
Fine.
glitch.
I'll let it happen only because one, I get to kill you, and two, I get to be a dragon when I kill you. Fine. All right. I'll let it happen this time around. It's fine. It's cool. It's cool.
I have an answer to this question, but I don't have an explanation. But my first thought was Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Because I feel like we would have like a sibling rivalry. Like it would be like that kind of,
Oh yeah.
because sometimes Sora's just really annoying, but in that little brother way,
Sora.
That's
That's good. I like that. I like that a lot. That's a very good one.
Coming up with one. I mean, I guess if I had to pick a hero, and this would solely be just because I would want to see them be an actual person, Commander Shepard.
Mm.
Yeah, but
Like-
then you have to fight Commander
I
Shepard.
know. I would be like, no, I'm done. I sign off. But no, like Commander Shepard can take over the world. I'd be okay with this.
Honestly, yeah. That'd be a good
Who's
one.
the guy?
Unless
who's
it's
the
Renegade
alien
Commander
guy?
Shepard, in which case, no.
Who's the alien guy that everybody has a crush on?
Garrus.
Garrus, yeah. So I played Mass Effect like once for like 2-3 hours.
Nice.
And then I was like, am I going to be able to date Garrus in this first game? And everyone was like, no, I don't think so. And then I just stopped playing. Because I was like, I want my alien boy right now.
Hey.
Anyway, sorry. Just
Glaiza,
Right.
you
Can't
know
help
that
who you
there's a
fall in love
body
with.
pillow with Garrus on it, right?
you know what? You know what? I want to talk about what I may or may not have in my house right now. So let's move on. I should not have brought it up.
No, you should. This is perfect.
Oh gosh.
Okay, yes, for me, it would be the main character for any Harvest Moon. Considering the cost of living now, like having that guy as an adversary, he would just be, or she would just be trying to befriend me and like give me food and like tomatoes and stuff. That's the best adversary right now.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan for you. Like that's how they win the game.
Yeah,
He's
By
pretty
giving
smart.
you food.
Yeah.
That is pretty
And
Oh, I
smart.
don't like you. Here, have like groceries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the biggest challenge
That
though
makes
would be
sense.
coming up with heart events. Like the person, the farmer would come over and be like, all right, here's your fourth thing. Where's my heart event? I'd be like, shit, I gotta plan something.
But it's either that or like fight like a god. So
Hell yeah.
All right.
David, I
Mhm.
wanna be as honest with you as I've ever been with another
Please
man.
be.
I would sooner fight God than plan a fucking date.
Same. And one of those things is much less terrifying than
First
the
of
other.
all,
Mhm.
as a person that has sort of switched sides,
Mhm.
it's not that hard to plan a date.
It's really not.
It really isn't. It really isn't. Also, as someone who has insight on the other side,
Mhm.
it's also really easy to please them.
Mhm.
The fact that it
I
is
can
what
confirm.
makes it
I can
difficult.
also
There's
confirm.
so many possibilities, and it's just
Yeah. Kind of a choice paralysis.
system shut
thing.
down.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
Jason in chat just said I haven't played a video game since forever. I feel seen, so I'd go with Evil Otto from the old Atari game Berserk.
What's the paddle's name? on
That's what I just
Pong?
said. My follow up in chat was, "Oh wait, can I choose the ball from Pong?"
Yeah. Curse you, the ball from Pong.
I mean, but we don't know how big that ball is like in real
In
life.
real life, like if it
That's
comes
true.
into our world.
I was like,
Not
what was that
like
movie? I'm sorry, go for it.
Space. It's like a planet-sized ball. You don't know.
What's that terrible movie that I absolutely enjoyed?
Pixels?
Where no, it was a terrible movie,
Citizen
and it
Kane.
had Adam Sandler in it.
I think it is Pixels.
Oh, is it
Oh,
Pixels?
Adam
Yeah,
Sandler
So,
presents
yeah.
Citizen.
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. when
Sorry, that was
Pac-Man
what I was
comes out,
thinking
yeah.
of when it comes to like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Guess
A Pac-Man Ghost would be a good one.
Pac-Man Ghost.
Mm.
Yeah. Ooh, yes.
Be fun.
Jason just said
That
Pong
would
was
be very
actually a
fun.
kaiju game. The paddles were buildings and the ball was enormous.
That's
That
what Bess was
changes
saying.
the
Yeah.
game entirely, and now I actually want that.
It makes it much more exciting. Did y'all ever play that old game? I think it was for the N64. It was Rampage. You could be like a little
Yeah.
Godzilla,
Yeah.
little Donkey Kong, and like this like wolf thing. I remember this game is so simple, but I played hours and hours of that freaking game. Sorry, that was just a tangent. We
It
don't
was
have to talk
very
about it.
satisfying. I know exactly
I
what
was
you're
gonna say
talking about. It
sometimes
was fun.
simple games are the best.
Yeah, you just
Absolutely.
squished windows and ate people. It's terrible.
All right. The next question that we have is from Patch, and
Woo.
Patch would like to know. Patch would like to know what is your favorite. This plan is absolutely ridiculous. I must go through with it. Moment.
Oh man, that's a good question. I mean, leave it to Patch to come up with a
Right,
with
I
a
know.
banger like that.
like a impromptu plan or like something we have done in a game.
I would say just any plan that happened in a TTRPG session at some point.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna do this. This was the first time I've ever played live in front of an audience. It was never streamed, but it was that game. And we were basically hired to like sort of hype up this this game where there was this like awesome bad guy, and we had played like throughout the day or whatever. I was really tired by the end of it, and we were fighting this big badass witch who had like this whole like speech planned.
Mhm.
The way we did it was I was a rogue with like illusion powers. We basically made a we basically stood on top of each other and made a fake mech to like appear out of nowhere. It's just catch the, because there's basically like this giant armor already walking around, and so we basically just copied it, and we were going to like surprise her because she knew that existed, and we just sort of like appeared out of nowhere and with this giant mech monster and sort of like kicked her, and she fell down, and that's how she was defeated. And sorry, I was really tired. And it was the best time because everybody was like, I can't believe you made this when we had such big plans on how to beat us. But yeah, there was another time where I used my thighs in the game to sort of like jump, because we
Mhm.
were doing a race, and then anyway, I should stop talking. It was very
No, you should keep talking.
but yes, I used the mech to surprise a person, and it was great.
Mhm.
Very cool.
Okay. I have
Uh,
two. I know I can only say one.
Mm.
Sorry.
Oh, I
So-
said two.
I was gonna say you can give us two. That's
Go
fine.
for two.
Okay. Okay. The first one, we needed to. We were like fairly low level, and we needed to get inside the house of this employer that screwed us. No, sorry, no, that was later. No, we needed to recover something that was on someone's like mansion. There was a lot of security. We're like level 2. We needed to get get their attention so we could sneak in through the back of this like mansion. So what we did is that we cast like 2 minor illusions, the ones that just make sound, to make the sounds of 2 people fucking, like person 1, person 2. So cast twice. So like everybody on that like fancy ass neighborhood were like, "What's that? Is that what? Out in the street? What the hell?" So like everybody went down to look for like who is doing this thing. So like, and then we just sneak in the house.
That's awesome.
The second one was fairly similar. We had actually sneak in a castle, and there was like obviously a lot of guards, so we needed to like get better chances at the fight. So one of our guys could infiltrate in the castle, so we gave him like a bunch of like dirty rags with sweat and like a couple spells to give some minor diseases. Maybe somebody kind of like passes to the ass crack or something, so they would just like go to the kitchen, rub the thing in like every pan, so when they cook the food everybody got sick. And we would reduce the amount of like guards that were able to fight because they would have like diarrhea or something.
I feel like a lot of these like wild plans involve some sort of bodily function at an inopportune time.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Jen, were you gonna say something?
The only story I can think of is actually when I was DMing, but one of my NPCs and PCs, they had like a conversation, and like the rest of the party had their own plan of how they were gonna like infiltrate this museum, and they were gonna steal this map, and it was like a whole thing. And my was like, no, I'm actually just gonna try and kind of romance this NPC who's married to the person we're trying to steal from. And it ended up with, because of they rolled really well, and we in character, the chemistry, it was just really funny, and it ended up with the NPC that obviously I was like playing proposing, even though they were actually married, proposing to the player character after like they had met each other, they had been talking for like 10 minutes. And it was just really, really funny in the moment. And obviously it led to be like, oh, yes, of course, like I will marry you, blah, 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 blah. But also like I know you, like I've heard rumors about this map. Like, can you show this map? And like all it like worked. And their whole plan, like the other players had carefully planned, like, yes, we're kind of like infiltrate, like, on how to like an actual proper plan how to get into this place. The other character just walked right in with this NPC and just, yep, here you go.
That's so funny.
Everybody was like, how did that work? And I was like, I don't even know. And I'm the DM and I don't even know how it works. But that's just what happened.
You just kind of came back to cognizance, like, how did we get here?
How did we get here? But I was just very, yes-anding that entire interaction,
That's what it takes. That's what it takes.
Yeah.
David, what about you?
I'm trying to think. I got a couple that are coming to mind that I hesitate to say them because I don't remember the stories fully. But there was the one of the main ones that comes to mind. I have two. One I do remember, but I think I've told the story before, so I'll make it quick. I was playing in a charity stream when Scry Society was doing their monthly one shots, and it was me, Nick, obviously, and then Patch and Shannon, and we were kind of in like the back channels. Nick was telling us like, oh, we're running a little bit late, we only have like 15-30 minutes whatever for this final boss, we still have to do these giveaways, and I could tell he was kind of like freaking out. So I was like, well, I can try this wild kind of ending plan. I don't know if it's gonna work or if it'll just kind of ruin your whole thing. And he's like, yeah, give it a try. Let's see what happens. So I was playing a bard. Yeah, I was playing a bard because I had Dimension Door and Polymorph, and I Dimension Doored 500 feet up in the air, and then on my second turn, I polymorphed myself into a giant whale and dropped on top of the BBEG. And where it gets nuts is like Nick had to Google how much damage would a whale do dropping 500 feet. But where the plan really went off the rails was Nick and Patch are actually in the chat right now. I killed Patch by doing that too.
Oops.
On accident. And that's when I felt real bad. But luckily somebody donated a bunch of wild magic surges for Nick's game. And literally one of the wild magic surges was the most recent creature killed comes back as a dwarf. So Patch got squished by a whale, then resurrected as a dwarf, all in like the span of 6 seconds. And that was kind of a wild one, and I appreciate Nick letting us go with that. And then there was one that happened with there was a game with Ty back when he was doing the not Honey Heist. What was the
Aether and Steamworks?
Aether and Steamworks.
No, what was the one after Aether and Steamworks? It was like it was like the heist where you
Legends Never Die.
Oh,
was
yeah.
it that? Yeah, I think it was that one.
Yeah.
It was myself, Andy, Christian, and Knox, all from Afar podcast. And I don't remember exactly how this happened, but somehow the plan was to like glue my character to a door, and have, as the door opened up, I was gonna like grab whatever the item was we were trying to heist, and then they were gonna close the door and I'd be like safe. And it was like the silliest things. I'm just like this big, like kind of hulking bruiser character, just like kind of sliding on this door like a coat rack, and like reach in past the guards and grab this like big gem, and then the door closed, and I was like, oh, I guess we're safe now. But yeah, that was a fun one. I forget exactly how that one played out, but if you ever want a game with a lot of chaos and someone who's very supportive of your ridiculous plans, play a game with Ty.
Oh, totally.
Oh my god, he lives for it, thrives
Yes.
on it.
Yeah,
nuts.
so speaking of chaos happening in a game with Ty, I was in a game of Aether and Steamworks with him, and oh my gosh, a few other people. Let's see, Wolf's Blood was
Aether and
there.
Steamworks is so good.
Our good friend Corin was there and actually was the cause of this. It was basically, long story short, he caused an explosion of tree-sized pencils to explode and take out the space station that we were on. So that was a problem.
So just sharpened trees.
Yeah.
A tree-sized pencil is a sharp tree.
The graphite core is important here because
That's
if that graphite dust, it gets in your lungs and it can cause emphysema down the road.
Didn't really matter because we
I have
were
a
going to
question.
die anyway because the space
have
station
a
had
question.
holes in it.
That's
Are,
nuts.
so they're pencil trees?
They were pencils
is that-
that were the size of trees.
Okay. Then they're not. So pencils the size of trees are very different from sharpened trees because trees don't usually have that graphite in them.
No, that's true. That's true.
That's
yeah.
true.
Also, pencils the size of trees kind of is giving me a small boulder the size of a large boulder vibes.
Yeah, totally.
Because trees
You-
can be many sizes.
Yeah, well, you can thank Ty for coming up with that one.
Thanks, Ty.
Like the size of like a small bonsai tree.
I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't really specify. All we knew was that they were strong enough to demolish the space station we were on.
That's good. Well, I'm glad it's gone.
Yeah,
I'm glad it was defeated.
yeah.
Those pencils
Yeah.
the
Damn
size of
space
trees.
station.
All right, kids, it's story time. Garth Rockasan here, Half Orc Fighter. How you doing?
Hi.
It's good to
Hi,
see
Garth.
you. Welcome back. So there I was, third floor of the murder house. This is in Botswana, Barovia. That's where it is.
Barovia.
And we're dealing with a nasty fella. His name's Strahd. Now I like how he dresses, but I don't really like his whole attitude. He did invite me to dinner. The food, terrible. Not into it. Murder house though. Third floor of the murder house. Spiral staircase. We're at the top. What's at the top of the murder house? That's right. It's living armor. There's living armor on the top of there. Walking suits of armor. They got weapons and stuff. Here's the problem. Though. This is the fatal flaw in their plan, is the way the stairs winded down. There was a giant pit in the middle of the floor. So what do? Sparta kick the first one down. Clatter, 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 clatter. And then it has to walk all 3 stories back up. Now there's 3 more of these suckers. So what do? I say, Z-Skills, get on it. Let's grease it. So we grease it up. Boom. 1 down, 2 down, 3 down, 4 down. And then they've got to climb all the way the back up. 3
That's
stories.
amazing.
Living armor slow. You fought them before, right? They're kind of takes them forever. By the time they're actually able to get up to the top floor, you'll never guess what we find. Trapdoor all the way down to the basement, straight into the sewers. Perfect.
Done.
Flawless execution. Garth Rockasan out.
I love Garth.
Garth Rockasan.
I was
So
also
good.
in Barovia one time, and there's somebody in chat who was there with me, and we were also in this weird house, and there was a door that actually was a mimic, and I put it to sleep.
Nice.
Nice. Big
Benjamin,
fan.
we can hear you, or at least I can.
What's that?
Oh, really?
No, it's mute, completely mute.
Oh no!
Huh.
I'm muted? You can't
No,
hear me?
I
no,
can hear you, Benjamin.
So, no, I can't.
Oh
Oh,
no!
no.
Huh.
Well, I tell you, the story was hilarious. It was a really
It
good
was-
one. I
it was very
Okay, now I can hear you, but it was like
Hooray!
silent.
Oh,
that's so
weird.
strange.
That's very
No,
Huh.
now it's silent again. It's so weird.
Hmm.
It comes and goes.
Yeah,
Can you hear everybody
the
else?
rest of us can hear
Yeah,
each
I
other.
can
I
fine.
can hear
everybody
everybody else.
Yeah.
Wait, I wonder why it's
Hmm.
just Benjamin.
Lord Richter in chat just said I was in Barovia and Strahd cut all the sound.
Lord Richter, Strahd, that jerk. How you doing, Lord Richter? Oh, that's a cool question. I like that.
That is fun. I like that question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nick just said weird on my end. You guys all have Cockney accents.
I can do accents. I have to add that to my resume.
Talking accents?
Like
Oh,
a-
you know what's really funny? If I'm speaking with like British people, I sound way more British, and if I'm speaking with Americans, I sound more American. And I don't even
Really?
think about the fact that I do that, but yeah. So my accent is all over the place, and it depends on who I'm talking
No,
with.
I get that. I get that because like when I'm hanging out like with like some of my Asian friends who like speak, because sometimes I speak like Korean or whatever, and when I speak English to them, I speak like how they would speak in English, and
Right.
and my friends were like, you don't have to do that. And I'm like, I can't stop it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I don't even
Does
think
it
about it.
I mean that's fair. If I speak to a person from Spain, their accent just sticks to me fairly easy.
Mhm.
Wow. Dang. Language is cool.
It is
Language
cool.
is very cool.
It's very cool.
I wish we put more
So
emphasis
let's see.
on
We
it.
got a question from Jason. Jason's question is: if your favorite character entered a TTRPG session with theme music like a wrestling superstar, what song would it be? I have an answer for this one already.
Go for it.
So, I played behind the scenes earlier. I was mentioning that I played a werewolf who had some anger management issues. Shocking. And took up knitting as a way to cope with those anger management issues with needles that were big enough to double his vampire stakes. But she also actually had music. And her music was a song. Oh my God, the song is at least 10 years old. But it's a song called Earthshaker Drums by Audio Machine. It's only like a minute 15 seconds. It's really short, super intense. And I was like, this is it. This is her song.
This is the one. We found
This is
it. I'm trying to think. I guess the biggest, the first part of that question is tough. The favorite TTRPG character. There's a lot of really good ones out there.
I know, right? I really only have one TTRPG character that
Mhm.
truly has a theme song, and that's Rex Lawson, Attorney at Law Son. And it's
I was thinking of bringing up Buggerton the Clown.
Buggy the
Buggerton
Clown.
Clown.
I feel like my sort of like, I guess I would call him my OC, like my go-to character, Garth. It's not that he has anything specific he walks into. It's probably some kind of like up-tempo, like heavy folk thing, because he's,
Ooh.
a medieval boy. But the point is the theme song starts, the doors open, the smoke is going, the lights are going, the reel is playing on the screen up top, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, is that Garth Rakason's music?" No one comes out. No,
Oh, that's so
it's
good.
empty. And then the camera pans over, and there's Garth sitting with the band, rocking a hurdy-gurdy, like he's been there all night. Like, yeah, let's go. Whose song is this?
The song is kicking. I love it. I think the first one that comes to my head is back when before I was vetoed on my own podcast about changing, because I used to love naming each episodes of my podcast just ridiculous, stupid names. One of them was the entire chorus of Evanescence's "Wake Me Up," or
I remember that.
Yeah. And it was applicable. It wasn't just like, hey, I'm gonna do this goofy bit. It was applicable to the story because they were trying to wake up this one character for episodes and episodes and episodes. Finally woke her up, and they got to named that title, or the name of that episode was the song from Evanescence. I think that would be Prism. That's the character they woke up. I think that would be her theme song. Just because also I'm a very out there and proud emo. I still go to malls and hang out and listen to Blink-182. So yeah, Evanescence, top tier. That's would be all of my characters' intros would be Evanescence.
All right. So my one, this was a long time ago. She was my favorite character that I've ever made. She is this little old lady. Like sweet grandma type that would make you cookies and whatever. She's absolutely sweet. She runs an orphanage. But in that orphanage, it's actually a front for, assassins. She's training these orphans to become assassins.
Whoa.
And
You mean that's
the
not
music.
all orphanages?
I'm sorry, what's that?
I thought that was all orphanages.
Yeah, well, as somebody who's been to an orphanage, no, I mean, anyway, that was her front, and she would always listen to Linkin Park songs, and she would be introduced to points of authority when she would come in. That line of what was that again? Points of authority. How does it start? There's a really good line for it. Now I gotta
look this up because I love that song.
I gotta look it up. Lyrics. Damn it, internet. How do you not know what I want
Come
immediately?
on, internet. You're supposed to know these
Forfeit the
things.
game before
Forfeit
somebody
the
else
game
takes
before forfeit the game before somebody else takes you up, takes you out of the frame and put your name to shame. Cover up your face. You can't run the race. The pace is too fast. He just won't last. And it's just over and over again. And she does this while she's also a rogue. She's a
course.
rogue mastermind because of course. And she basically catches she basically kill at the end of that game. She's basically the hidden leader of Waterdeep. She's the spider master of Waterdeep.
Points of Authority is a great.
I love her so much.
I just want to point out, Nick in chat just goes, "Did someone just quote Linkin Park? I was summoned from across the kitchen."
Yes.
I did. I quoted Points of Authority, Nick.
So good.
Oh my gosh, my AOL screen name in middle school. So for those of you who are too young to remember AOL,
I remember that.
Linkin Park. You were the 118th Linkin Park fan?
Yes, he was the 118th.
Wow.
His username was Linkin Park Fan 118.
Hey, really quick.
I remember when Meteora came out and we had this whole big school festival. It was the first CD I've ever bought with my own money. Right? I saved like whatever and I bought Meteora, and like everybody was like, playing during the school festival, and here I was with my CD player in the corner and just being like super sad. I'm like, nobody loves me. I'm listening to Meteora. I'm sure somebody went around and be like, "Hey, Glaiza, you want to go?" And I was just like, "No, not right now. Nobody loves me."
Hey, real quick,
Ben, what's up?
I've got an important update from chat. So apparently Nick's old password used to be Chester22. That's capital C. Someone go back to his old Yahoo email account and see if he's updated it in the last 20 years. We might be able to work with this.
Oh, no.
We can do it. We can get the information we've all been looking for.
Right? Oh my
Reanimation
God.
was my first CD I ever bought.
I liked the remix that they did. Do you remember the remix they did where they fucked them all up? That was I can't remember where, with all like the ones and the threes and stuff, and it was all in leap speak. That was honestly like really, really good album. The full remix.
They're cool.
Sorry for everyone who what was really good was all those like anime A and Bs that people put on YouTube.
Oh my god!
The fight scenes, that was amazing. It's like hours and hours of just watching that cringe content.
So
Linkin Park dropped that album, and all of those anime AMV people like lost their fucking minds. I remember I went to a convention when that album was still on top, and every single one of them used a track from that.
So good. God, I love Linkin Park. So cool.
Linkin Park.
Okay, well,
I finally have an answer to the music
Back
question.
to the answers to that question instead of like reminiscing about Linkin Park.
I mean, so some game Kickstarter should do that for the trailer. Just like this is our new game. Put in the trailer and Linkin Park drop like an all A and B. That would be amazing. Somebody out there, do it. You have permission. Steal my idea.
Steal it.
I finally have an answer to the question. My favorite character that I've ever played was a changeling, and for so many reasons was really struggling with like identity and everything. But like as going through this campaign, like starting to figure out who they are and all of that. So my first thought was "This Is Me" by Demi Lovato, from Camp Rock. Would be their theme song once they like figure out, this is me.
That's so good.
That's also a blast from the past.
I love that everybody in chat now is like talking about their first CD.
Yeah.
I can't even remember my first CD. I think it was a Britney Spears CD, but I can't remember for sure.
Yes.
I mean, mine was like the Pokemon songs.
Yes.
Hey.
Honestly, very cool.
my first CD was it was System of a Down.
Yes.
Not the title album, the second one, the one with Chop Suey on it.
The BYOB.
No,
I think
no,
that's what it
that's
was
like
called.
no,
No.
that's like the fourth
No.
one.
Yeah.
Maybe the third one.
So it's funny because I follow this Filipino band that likes to do a lot of covers of songs, and the only time I've ever heard a System of a Down played or Chop Suey or whatever was through that guy. So
nice.
it's funny because it basically it's talking about, the song is about somebody going into a cafeteria and ordering food, and the cafeteria keeps saying we don't have it, and she's like, what the fuck, why are you still open, closed down? Anyway, that's the whole song. And I play it in the car all the time, and my husband, when he listens to it, he starts almost jamming to it, and he's like, oh shit, this is your Filipino guy, isn't it? And it's like, yes it is, because I've never heard of System of a Down, Tap Stewie or whatever. I've heard of it from this Filipino guy, and it's hilarious.
The album is Toxicity, by the way, and it's a very, very good
Toxicity.
album.
Thanks
Yes.
to
Like,
chat
I
for
don't
coming through for
I don't
us
think there's a
again.
single miss on that entire album. It's great.
Tay
so good.
said, my first concert was Hank Williams Jr. because my parents met up and planned and made it hard for me to be cool in any way.
My first concert was Michael Jackson.
Oh, that was the
nice.
first album I ever owned. And
Nice.
I owned it on record.
So I lived in this country called Brunei, and they have a king and whatever. For the king's birthday, he decided to treat the whole country to Michael Jackson. So we didn't pay a single ticket, and we just went in and watched Michael Jackson perform live.
Wait,
Wow.
your king
Damn.
sounds cool as hell. Like,
Damn.
wow, that's
But yes,
awesome.
that was he treated the whole country. It's not a big country; it's smaller than Singapore, but it's still a country.
Still, that's
To like watch Michael Jackson live, and I was like, I think 7 at that time,
Nice.
and I was
That's
there
awesome.
watching him live. It was definitely wasted on me, but I will never forget Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
first ever time I ever watched a concert.
That was
Wow.
my first concert was a Green Day concert, which is pretty. I love Green Day. Like I said, I'm an emo at heart. There was their opener was this little band called My Chemical Romance. And I remember
It's
like
just a little
watching
indie group.
just a little indie group. No, because back then they, like,
Mhm.
they,
Indie group, My
they were
Chemical Romance.
nothing. And I remember watching them being like, yo, these guys are so good. And then Welcome to the Black Parade came out a couple years later, and I was like, this is that small little band that was playing in front of Green Day, and it's now the rock anthem of the century. So good, so good.
My first concert was Phantom Planet. And
Ooh,
yeah, very few people know who they are, so I'm impressed
Yeah.
that you do, David. But
always.
they then went on to do the theme song for what was that show? The OC that was on Fox for years.
yeah.
That song California was actually off like their second album, and
Mhm.
I'll still go back and be like, pull up the first album on Spotify and be like, oh, I really like this band. I wish that, they were still around, and like,
Mhm.
I mean, they are still around as far as I know, but like, I was like, oh, I wish I could.
It does kind
listen
of
to
seem
them
like
more,
yeah,
but-
they're. Oh, sorry, go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say, but their drummer actually left and became a popular actor. So
We are getting mad stunlocked over here.
I know.
Let's all
No,
talk about our first conscious memory.
Great.
Mine is
Yes.
Wait, I have an answer. This is, I guess, this is the low note from like favorite characters song. Similar to some of you guys, I was changing, but it wasn't the it was the child taken by the Fae, right?
Oh,
He got like rescued, became a priest of following the religion of the guy that saved him. I randomly found this song on recommended songs from one of those streaming music apps. It's called Changeling Child, and by what was it? Southern Tenant Folk Union.
wow.
Drop a link.
The lyrics are like really aligned with the character at a broad level. Something like, go across the sea, meet your family, changing child, you will save us. It's like, I can feel it, yeah. So yeah,
That's
Changing
awesome.
Child by Southern Tenant Folk Union.
I feel you. I wrote an entire fantasy cosmology based off of the lyrics from Fiddler on the Green by Demons and Wizards. So I'm with you. I got it.
Nice.
I've heard about like GMs that have built their whole homebrews of metal albums, at least from one person that I've heard about.
Yes.
I've heard that. I was actually playing with someone recently who did they did their whole one shot off of the Fibonacci sequence, and he was explaining it to me, and I was like, you're on a whole nother level, dude. Like, I don't understand.
What?
Like even like his like monologues, he would start with whatever mathematical number. Like his monologue would have the starting number of syllables in the Fibonacci sequence, and each sentence he would say after that would grow. I was like, you are like, this is beautiful and wild, and I could never ever top that. It's nuts.
Freaking Mozart ass dungeon master over here.
I feel like it's such an interesting so I think that if somebody did that for me, I would feel so bad when I find out that they did, because I would never have picked up on it. I would have been like, cool, thank you so much for doing such a wonderful work. I didn't get it because my mind is not built that way.
No, it would be worse in 3.5, 3 rounds of that, like growing. You're playing an assassin because you're prepping just to kill them on 3 rounds. Then you finish dead.
All right, I'm gonna jump to this question, and this will take us to break. So this is an Ask My Question Next that came up, and this was from Lord Richter, and he said, since I mentioned Disney in chat, what is the Disney movie or world you would most want as an RPG world, and why?
Got it.
Is Nimona Disney?
Yeah. No, but Nimona's great.
Yeah.
Then I refuse to answer.
I have an answer already.
Okay.
Take it.
Treasure Planet.
Oh, good answer.
I really would love to play a game in that like universe.
Such
and,
an
like,
underrated movie.
Such an underrated movie, and like being able to explore all of the different planets, and also in that, the amount of creativity I could have with coming up with other planets to explore in that kind of setting. That would be so fun.
That's really cool.
So that's my answer. Treasure Planet.
That's such a great movie.
Is Atlantis Disney?
Yes.
Atlantis is Disney.
Yes.
Yeah. So I would be choosing Atlantis just because I love that. I love the world, and I love the magic in it. So Atlantis.
So good. Atlantis is amazing. I would definitely take Wreck-It Ralph. So I feel like just
also very good one. Also
fun
very
video
good
game
one.
will be very, very fun.
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, wow, I'm thinking about Atlantis and Treasure Planet as both like D&D.
You could do them both.
It could be.
You could.
Absolutely,
Yeah, absolutely.
Like an
David's
Atlantis
wheels are
world.
spinning already.
Oh,
I see
there
it
go.
now.
It's funny that you mentioned it.
I'm gonna be.
Does Muppets count as Disney now?
Ooh.
Oh.
I think when
I wanna
Disney gets
be in
something,
the
you can
Muppet world.
retroactively choose
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't they? Yeah.
But we can't say Star Wars because that already exists.
It's true.
So
I mean,
really quick, if you answer Treasure Planet, okay, you actually are legally obligated to go and purchase Aether and Steamworks by Tyson Burris. That is the core vibe of Aether and Steamworks is Treasure Planet.
Also, a little self plug here. Go check out Story Quest when it drops because it is all just Treasure Planet.
Okay, noted. Drop it in the chat as well.
I will.
I'm gonna watch Muppet Treasure Island because that is the Treasure Island that I prefer.
It's very good.
Yes.
I mean, Tim Curry has.
Tim Curry is the reason why I
Silver,
am the way I am.
That's
Curry
fair.
is such a delightful person. How about you, Benjamin and S? What Disney world would you all choose?
In the spirit of Nimona, I am disregarding the parameters of the question and answering Nimona anyway.
Nimona was such a cool world.
It was so fucking good.
So quickly too, like with no it was so good.
S, what about you?
I mean, Muppets.
Yeah.
Nice.
Muppets is a safe choice all the time.
Always.
I love Muppets.
That's a pretty good one. I don't know why, but the the old Disney movie that popped into my head when I first saw this question was Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Oh, nice.
Like, that was one of my favorite movies as a kid. But the one thing that I do have to, Jason just said The Rescuers. Damn it. That's a good answer too.
The Rescuers.
That's also very good.
Oh,
Ah.
Oh, and Gummy Bears.
And Gummy Bears and DuckTales.
Oh,
So
we missed
true
so many
story,
good ones.
one of my friends and I growing up, we used to play Rescue Rangers in his basement. Yeah, that was like what we did for fun.
Great. That's why you're so cool now. Because
that's what it
had an
is. That's
imagination.
definitely it.
Yeah. Rescue Rangers. Wow, that's
Ooh, as was foretold, just threw out Tron.
Yeah.
Tron would
That'd
also
be
be
fun.
very good.
Actually, you know what? I feel like the TTRPG world, there's a massive shortage of games where you hop into the computer and become a program.
I was gonna say that. I also feel like, and maybe I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth here for this. I feel like, at least in like, I need to do more research here, but I feel like there could be a lot more sci-fi, like a good like
Yeah.
electronic cybery. Sorry, what?
On Disney,
TTRPG.
like in general.
Like in TTRPG stuff.
I mean,
Yes.
I
honestly
have to disagree because you're gonna end up on the point where you're like,
Okay.
I am going to this role playing game. So you're role playing somebody that is role playing a character and just
Hell yeah, that's what I'm into.
It's like a dull role play.
It gets tough. Yeah, I can see that being tough. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I absolutely enjoy playing TTRPG games that are based on our world, like today.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely enjoy breaking that.
Mhm.
That is really
The
fun.
more mundane, the better.
Yes.
So you
Like, the
enjoy
closer to
papers and
real.
paychecks?
Not quite that much.
That's a little too real.
I think part of the reason Monster of the Week is so appealing is because
Yeah.
you can imagine it be like you getting dropped into that immediately. And also whenever a Monster of the Week group uses like real world regional cryptids, that's my weakness. Like it's a big flashing spot right on my shoulder, and if you shoot it, I die. But I love that shit. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
If you like the idea of regional cryptids, if you're into horror, Old Gods of Appalachia.
Yeah. Zeal's Addy.
Yeah.
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 That was a good question too.
That was a good question. And it's a
Yeah.
good time for us to pause and take a break. So this is a good chance for us to refill drinks, let the dog out, go to the bathroom, whatever you need to get done. And we will be back as soon as everybody that's on camera gets back from doing that too. So we will see you all after the break.
Be back in
I'll miss you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, chat.
Yes,
Do the PL.
And we're back from break. Hope you all had a good break. There was a lot of chatter about the P elemental, so I guess I should have a little bit of a conversation for people who do not know.
Let's do it.
Several years ago, there was conversation about what would happen if you drank a water elemental. The result was that you would then have a P elemental, and that's where that came from. So
I was driving from Los Angeles to San Francisco during that, and I had you guys just on just to listen to it, and I had to stop and just laugh for a while.
Honestly, this is
funny.
This is no joking matter. P elementals are a big responsibility. You shouldn't go into it lightly. They're
You have to take care of them. Oh my gosh. That's funny. All right.
Oh, the elementals.
We're gonna dive in with another person who asked my question next. I have a feeling this is specifically geared towards David, but it's open for anybody who would like to answer or is able to answer.
Bring it on.
I personally cannot because I don't have one. This is from Nick,
no.
and Nick's question is: what is your go-to Taco Bell order, and what is the DC of the Constitution saving throw you'd have to eat after eating 10 Crunchwrap Supremes?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so my go-to Taco Bell order. Here we go: 2 cheesy bean and rice burritos, add sour cream.
Okay.
Then I get a cheesy gordita crunch. Sub out the beef for beans, and when they have them, I get the nacho fries because those things are so good. And the DC Constitution at least a 30, Lord Richter. The saving throw for eating 10 crunch wraps. Whew, that'll mess you right up. That will go right through you. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, Lord Richter just said
Easy.
no beef, all beans, DC 35.
Yeah, it adds it up for sure.
This might shock a lot of people, but Taco Bell is not a thing in Norway.
What?
Honestly,
So
I am not shocked at all.
you're not right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also
but
not a thing where I grew up in, but I have a feud with Taco Bell.
Ooh.
An absolute feud with Taco Bell.
Uh-oh.
Let me tell you the story of why I
Buckle
have
up.
a feud with Taco Bell. So you see, I did not grow up in America. I had spent all of my life traveling in and around, America. And then I came to California, San Diego, in fact. And I arrived there. I was really hungry. And people told me that when I had arrived in America, the first thing I should eat, especially San Diego, is Mexican food. And so my husband, through his great wisdom, bought me some Taco Bell.
Oof.
And I ate it. And I said, if this is Mexican food, I will never eat Mexican food ever again. For
good.
2 years, I did not eat Mexican food. And I lived in San Diego.
That's rough.
I did not touch Mexican food. The first time I ate actual Mexican food, I cursed Taco Bell.
Mhm.
That's
And
a
to this
fair
day-
feud to have.
To this day, the only thing that I might even think about with Taco Bell is Baja Blast.
Oh, of course.
Nothing else.
Of course.
I did eventually eat at Old Town San Diego to make up for it. And I was just like, all right,
Yeah.
for all of these things that have happened, I will eat. For I think about a year, all I ate was like different kinds of Mexican foods in different places just to make up for it.
As you should. See, the thing is with Taco Bell is it's not Mexican food. It's garbage.
It's garbage.
Food
Like if
that-
I was told that it was garbage,
Yeah.
I would have been like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is garbage. And I would eat it happily. Because I love garbage. I am a trash can. But to tell me that this is Mexican food.
that's tough. That's really tough.
Follow-up question. What was the revenge you took against your husband?
Oh, yes.
Found out. I think the revenge I took was that. Oh no, I haven't taken my full revenge yet.
Oh,
Thank you for bringing that up. I have to make some plans. Thank you.
I'll see you on Discord after this, Glaiza. We'll work together on it.
Thank you. Thank
Oh,
you very much.
Whoa, the
For,
feud?
for just one revenge.
Yeah,
plan.
no. This is just one of
We're
those
not-
ones where
we're
the
not
villains
making
unite
up,
against
we're
the
not
other. No. Yeah.
Okay, I was
This
about
is
to
just like a
say.
one.
This is a one time. The enemy of my enemy is
Yeah.
also a friend sometimes, but
There it
really an
is.
enemy. That kind of thing.
Yeah,
We're
that
not
one.
friends.
That's amazing. Big fan.
Any other answers to that question before we move on?
Never eaten Taco Bell in my life.
I haven't eaten Taco Bell in over 20 years, so
Y'all are amazing.
Because I was gonna say I have actually been to America. I went to Los Angeles, and so I have tried Taco Bell, and I had a Crunchwrap Supreme, and my stomach. I think I have a pretty decent stomach, so I think my DC for 10 was it?
Yeah.
Probably 20. I think.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty good.
And I did enjoy the garbage food, yes, but I was aware that it was garbage, but I did
Yeah.
enjoy it a lot.
If you
But I
know
was also
that
like, yeah,
going
this,
in, you're probably
this,
okay.
this would
Yeah.
not be legal in Norway. I was like, they would not be allowed to sell this in Norway.
Oh, it's
Yeah, Norway
terrible.
cares too much about its people to let that happen.
Yeah. All y'all not ever eating Taco Bell or not eating Taco Bell in 20 years, I commend you. That is genuinely an impressive feat.
We have
Well
a
done.
we have a prominent Mexican population in this town, and so we have multiple like really good Mexican restaurants. So that's where we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm just
Okay.
a sucker.
We
Okay.
have let's see. I think we have another Ask My Question next. Let me make sure I got them. No, we didn't. We got them both. Okay.
Nice.
So let's see. Back to the questions that are in order. We have one from. Let's see. There was another one from Nick. I'm trying to find it in my question. Oh, here it is. If your favorite TTRPG character were trapped on a desert island and can only bring one non-magical item with them, what would it be? Mine would be drinking water.
That's smart. A non-magical item.
Masterwork scimitar, just in case there's monsters.
Smart. Honestly, smart.
My character would not be smart and would just bring their diary.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm gonna guess. Okay, so I'm going to choose a sending stone, but of course it's magical, right? So there has to be like this rule on this island that as soon as you get there, whatever magical item you have stops being magical. So he doesn't know that. He just arrives with a sending stone because he's like, you're going to an island, you have to choose something to bring. And he didn't listen that you can't bring magical items. So he goes in with a sending stone, all proud and shit, and it's just a rock now.
It's a sending stone that has no signal.
So you just have a rock.
He just has a rock. So that's what
It's
my
pretty cool
character
rock
would
though. It's shaped like a mouth. I'm into it.
bring. And you can see him like whispering to sending stone, just trying to get something out. But
Oh, please.
nothing.
Is anybody out there?
Yes, what about you?
To me, please.
Well, my favorite
I need
character
something.
is a cleric, so I don't have to worry about like food or water, assuming that I cast spells. That is so. A knife. That's the basic tool you need. So a knife.
Very fair.
Yeah.
So I have a clarifying question here. Is another player considered a magical item?
That's the other thing. So my clarifying question, kind of along those lines, is what if your character is a magical? Like,
yeah.
S said their favorite character is a fae.
Yeah.
So what happens? Nick,
Yeah,
we have
that-
questions.
Nick, you gotta clarify this because it's a good question, but we need clarification because if I can just bring S, and then S is magical, we can
Right.
get off that island. It'll be very easy.
Right. Problem solved. Let's see. Jason asked if he could bring a bridge, and Lord Richter said he would bring a sailboat.
Sailboat.
That's a good one.
That's a very
Very,
good one.
very
Very
clever.
good one. I think if we couldn't bring a player though, I'd bring a barbecue, a grill. Just gotta grill
Grilled
some fish.
pineapple? So
Grilled
good.
pineapple,
Grilled coconut?
Grilled watermelon.
watermelon. There we go. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. That's a fun one. One of the things I love about the show then is like, I feel like there haven't really been very many repeated questions,
Yeah.
and there's just a lot of really fun creativity in the questions. People are like, oh yeah, what about this? What about this? What does a gelatinous cube taste like?
Yeah.
Never would have thought of that.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
that.
give you a harder one. What is the opposite of cheese?
Ooh, the opposite of cheese.
Yeah.
Ice cream.
Sadness. Oh, ice cream.
Cheese is
Very
made by fermenting milk.
Mhm.
So would it
What's
just be
the
milk?
opposite of fermentation?
Just think about it. You're not gonna find an
Whoa.
answer, and we're gonna spend like 3 hours discussing that. I have been there.
So yeah, I guess it would be just to dive into it a little bit. I feel like unfermented milk, like fresh milk, is not right.
Hmm.
So then it's like,
So
what's
the
the opposite of
reason-
milk?
So the reason I said ice cream is because cheese is milk that has gone through a fermentation and aging process. Ice cream is milk that has gone through like a freezing and sweetening process. So it's like the opposite. It's the same substance, but then it's
but a different ending.
Yeah.
It's the same but totally different.
I feel like ice cream is a really good one. Yeah. What about
Ice
like
cream is a good answer.
like a brick or like wood?
I feel
Or
like
like
this is right up there with is a hot dog a sandwich or not?
Yes, or like what is a sandwich? What
Yeah.
counts as a soup? Is cereal
It is a
soup?
taco, no?
All
It
of
is
these
a
kind of
taco.
questions.
Is cereal a soup? Oh no.
Yeah, is cereal a soup?
It's a grain gazpacho.
So it is. Yes,
The ocean
it
is
is.
soup.
It's a
Yeah.
soup.
Ocean's a soup.
It's a soup. It's a soup.
Emily
is
in
ketchup
chat
a
just said
smoothie?
ketchup
There
is
you
a
go.
smoothie.
Yeah.
Correct.
Wait,
Ketchup
wait.
is a smoothie.
What? Hold on.
Yeah.
On. Ketchup is not a smoothie.
Pizza
Yes,
is
it
an open faced
The tomatoes
sandwich.
is
I
a-
can't do anything
tomatoes is
about
a
it.
fruit.
Y'all are rocking my world right now.
David's mind is
Chicago-
about to be blown. We should move
Chicago
on to another
deep dish
question.
pizza is just bread bowl.
Sushi is a burrito.
Okay. All right, y'all. Have I ever thought
David
about
is
food
done.
before?
All right.
I've never
So this
considered
is a
food, I guess.
this is a fun one from Zad. Zad would like to know what is the
Let's go,
dumbest
Zad.
inspiration for a character quirk or setting element?
Ooh, a character quirk or setting element.
And it's got to be dumb. All of my inspirations are brilliant and insightful.
Genius masterworks of storytelling.
That's what's making me think, because all of them are so smart.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You've asked the wrong question there, Zad. So I guess my question is a character quirk or session
Or like setting feature.
I'm
What-
gonna,
well, I
have
guess-
to, I'm gonna have to answer One Piece. During our game where we were lawyers in Adversary, I was in the middle of my One Piece marathon, which I finished in 2 months. I'm very sad. Now I have to
Episode
watch
400.
it every week with everybody else. Like a pleb when I could. It's anyway.
So good.
I was in the middle of it, and we were coming up with we had to play. I finished One Piece in 2 months from
impressive.
episode 1 to 1998.
With the filler or without the filler?
Oh, with the filler.
There we
I
go.
watched it
There we go.
all.
You watch
Yeah.
all the openers too?
Everything. I watched everything
I'm so proud of you.
for that. Yep, I did watch that this morning. Anyway, so we were playing that lawyer game, Adversary,
Mhm.
and Benjamin. I was playing with Ben, and we were he was like, come up with a character, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna come up with Buggerton the Clown, which is just Buggy, basically as a lawyer, and I also got to fulfill my my dream of Buggy and Shanks
Ooh,
as a couple, but I named Shanks as Shane.
of course.
And now you know that I ship Buggy and Shanks.
That's a powerful ship.
It is a
Powerful
powerful
ship.
ship. It was done in a flashy way.
Of course.
And
It's Buggy and Shanks.
it is absolutely great.
I just got to episode 403. I'm trucking through
Ben,
it.
what episode are you at?
I got distracted by fucking Dungeon Meshy, so I'm still on the first season.
Ooh,
Wow. But
powerful.
also Dungeon Meshy is good. I watched
Dungeon
it
Meshy
yesterday. I started watching it yesterday. I should be done with it by tonight.
Mhm.
So on that vein, I would say I use this character a lot now. But I actually use Rex Lawson very often. And the inspiration for Rex Lawson, Attorney at Lawson, was an offline game that I did with Zad. And we were playing Acquisitions Incorporated.
Ooh, Ink.
5th edition. I was playing Garth Rakasan. This is where Garth and Zad became Garth and Zad, those two characters. And for some reason, we had a secretary, and she was really into watching daytime television on her crystal ball. And and the daytime program that we turned into a long-running bit was Rex Lawson, attorney at Lawson, and his like reality lawyer TV show. So he had like a crystal ball crew following him everywhere while he did stuff. And his tagline is, "He's a really great lawyer and also a dick." And so what happened was we did a heist. It broke bad. We left too much evidence behind, and the city threatened to arrest us. And who shows up? This is a giant surprise from the GM. Who shows up at the last minute to represent us? But Rex fucking Lawson. I know. We were all like, "Oh my god, what a move!" And so we did one of the sessions we played was we did a reality TV show send up where we did like talking head asides and like the whole thing.
So fun.
I honestly, I just really enjoy the character and the idea so much. And I also love saying Rex Lawson, attorney at Lawson, that I started bringing him into other games. So when we did that adversary session, I was like, oh, it was a lawyer. It was a courtroom send up. I'm like, I know who the bad guy is. I'm bringing in Rex. I got to do Rex.
Rex Lawson, attorney at law. That's so funny. That's so funny.
That's very funny. I think for me, the one that comes to mind is it's another changing that I played, but it was in a setting where we were essentially in the She-Ra universe.
Ooh,
and I don't know if you guys have seen the show, but I basically took two of my favorite characters, Bo and Double Trouble, and I was like, let's mash them together to create my character that I played. And I played a changeling who basically refused to use the changeling abilities. It was a bard, and it was just very, very fun. But I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna refuse to actually like change my appearance, even if it's really needed, for the entire time. And we just had a blast playing in the She-Ra universe, and like it got so like if you've seen it gets kind of ridiculous at certain times, and you know we would burst into song at various things as well in character, and it was a very great time. So that's the only one that comes to mind for me.
That's so
right
good. For me, it would not necessarily the dumbest one, but the one that comes to my mind is for my little brother got married a few years ago, and for the bachelor party, I ran a session for him and all the rest of the groomsmen, and the setup for it I thought was kind of silly, but it all came together really well. It was Andy was playing himself. My little brother was playing himself, getting ready for his wedding, and there was a demon that showed up named Crovid, which is just divorce backwards. And Crovid came and stole the rings, the cake, and the flower. And Andy had to like summon the groomsmen to like go and fight this demon. And we ended up going through Avatar: Last Airbender world, Dota 2 world, and then if any of you've read Brandon Sanderson, we went through the Stormlight Archives world, cool. Which was really, really fun. And it was really goofy, and it wasn't D&D at all. It was just us making bits and having a really good time, but it ended up being really, really sweet, and we still talk about that game quite a bit. So that wasn't a dumb one, but that was a very fun, like weird, quirky, inspired. Like we were playing video games, and we were all airbenders at one point, and then we were all shard plate bearers, and it was really, really cool.
Yes, do you have anything?
Well, I guess I can go next. My most silly character, concept-wise, was this character for Ultraviolet in Grasslands. I don't know if you know the game.
Ooh.
It's like this post-apocalyptical or like post-apocalyptical world, and pretty much she came in from this like shamanic culture that tried to like had like this really weird concept on like the long lost cowboy culture. So she was this priestess whose goddess was Dolly Parton.
That's amazing. Dolly Parton.
I love that.
I love
that.
Dolly Parton.
Yeah, she had like these 1,000-year-old denim jeans, relics. It was crazy. Yeah,
That's so cool. I think I mentioned this a little earlier. I love when people trust each other enough to like do wild and wacky gods or patrons or settings or stuff, because like there's just so much creativity out there, like a She-Ra world or a Dolly Parton goddess. Like there's like, you never think about that, or like the companies are never going to be like, we're going to make a setting where Dolly Parton is the goddess, but like it's like so fun and so memorable, and like it sticks with you and makes us. I feel like it's the things that bring us back to these games. What's up?
A setting where Dolly Parton is the goddess is just Memphis.
That's true. That's true. We're just playing in Memphis. We're just playing in Memphis right now.
It was more like my character's culture, I believe. It wasn't like this is the setting.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
it was
still
fun
really cool.
because I was like just yeah, it was fun. I was just insulting everybody, calling like them Jolene, because Jolene was like the worst thing in the world.
Oh my gosh,
so
that's
fun.
so cool.
Yeah.
I don't remember where the idea came from, but one time, this was actually in a game with David. I played a character, and I've talked about this character before, but I played a character who was a bard but thought she was a wizard.
Oh yeah.
Because all of the spells that she had were both in both spell books. So everything that she did, she was like, well, I can do that, so I must be a wizard, you know? And but she could still do bardic inspiration. She just didn't realize that she was doing it. And the way that she would grant bardic inspiration is she would carry around all of these, like, she would have like a lucky rabbit's foot and a lucky penny and like all of these different things. And the way she'd grant inspiration was she would be like she would give it to David and she would be like, here's my lucky rabbit's foot and here's the whole story about why it's lucky. And that's what would grant the bardic inspiration.
It was so funny. It was so fun. That was such a fun character.
Yeah, that was fun.
That also sort of reminds me of, and again, I think this is a pretty wacky, quirk-based set of characters. Was for the Benjamin's bowling.
My God.
Me and Luna played Mafia brother and sister pizza people, like Pizza the Hut from
like Pizza
Spaceballs.
the Hut from
And we were at a bowling alley, and that was nuts.
Vertrox is in chat. He just said the Languinis. That was our last name.
The Languinis. We were the Languinis.
We were the Languinis because it was like a bowling thing. And
that was so fun.
Oh my God, that was hilarious. Yeah, my character's name was Charity, so she was there to get all the money because it was a charity stream. And and she wore her lipstick was marinara.
It was so funny.
That
was such a fun one shot.
Yeah, we laughed really hard during that game. And fun, and even more fun was the fact that David's actual brother was our other sibling. So
we dragged him along. He was like baby face or something.
Yeah,
we called him.
David was going to take over the mafia, and
it was a good time.
Tay just said that was my favorite session of the whole thing.
Well, Tay, you won that whole thing, didn't you?
I think so.
Dang.
All right, let's see. Rosie, Sweet Rosie B is in chat and used an Ask My Question Next, which means we are all out of those. And Rosie would like to know, what is your favorite dice shape?
Ooh.
We haven't talked about dice this entire night. I am impressed.
Oh, yeah.
Ready.
The D12, which I believe is a dodecahedron, right?
D12. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Also,
it's
such here. I got one right here. It's just such a nice.
Yes, exactly.
Such a nice shape.
Yeah. It is a very nice shape. I also have some.
It is not balanced. Like the 12 is not opposed by the 1.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It is.
I'm sorry. Did I cut you off? I'm sorry. Were you saying something?
Yeah, like the 12 is not opposed by the 1, so the 12s are never balanced. I'm just saying, I disagree.
Oh, then what's your favorite?
What's your favorite?
Sphere.
A sphere?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm down with that.
D100 with the little weight on the inside.
No,
so I stop.
Like it does this D100.
Well, you can actually just put whatever amount of numbers you want, and it's whatever lands on top. I have a couple spheric d6s.
Ooh.
Oh, so you're saying it's more
Okay.
like it's more fair and more like random if it's like a perfect sphere.
No, I just
That's
do different.
oh okay. I love it. I like I like D12s. There's Dice Envy. That's a local dice maker out here. Oh, a child.
Sorry, he was crying downstairs, and now
Aw.
you get to see my child.
Hello, child.
Hi, child.
Greetings, child.
In there's a Dice Envy. They're a local dice maker out here. They make D6s, but they're just like I don't have any close by, but they're just like a little bit bigger than average, and that's I really like that one too. It's just like a nice bigger dice. That's really nice.
I need to get these, but I'm not much of a dice goblin, so I don't really buy a lot of dice. But I love the dice where it's just like the sort of cylindrical kind of gem shape, and you just kind of take them and you roll them, and they like
Yeah.
a bunch of little
The
logs.
shape of a bullet.
Well, that's cool.
Oh yeah, the bullet D6s are also pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use this as
Go
an
ahead.
excuse to show off my new liquid core dice. I kind of like this one. This is the D4 that came in the set.
Ooh, that is
that
nice.
is very, very cool.
But yeah, so it's kind of neat because it's like it's pyramid shaped, but it has like an extra little point on the bottom, so it's kind of fun. But you can't
like
see
that.
the liquid core in that, so this is the D20 just for the heck of it. You can't really see
that's
it now either,
beautiful.
but it's got shiny silvery glitter in the middle. It's there, I promise.
Beautiful.
So cool.
Those liquid core dice. Very jealous.
Mine is a sharp D8.
Yeah, it's a good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause then you can murder people with it.
Mhm.
And I'm actually very good at that, murdering people
Yeah,
In game.
You mispronounced
in
Contra.
Minecraft.
That's fair.
But speaking of
Or-
weird dice shapes, I recently found sets of dice, which is just like bones. Like each
The bone
one is
dice, yeah.
shaped with bones, and I was like, I really want that, but they were so expensive, so I was like, I can't afford it just yet. But one day, I'm gonna own some bone dice.
I've got a
Nice.
follow-up that I think is just
Yeah.
as important as favorite shape. And what is your favorite dice material? Mine
Ooh.
is unpolished resin. There's a
Ooh.
finger feel to unpolished resin that's very satisfying. As was foretold, a dear friend of mine makes them out of unpolished resin, and it's very. They're just they feel like they're soft and pliable, but they're not. It's very satisfying to
Oh,
hold.
you mean like an as was foretold dice like this one?
What?
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 Very cool.
I have some ass was foretold dice.
I don't think I do, but I'm about to go change that. Right
Yeah, I was
now.
gonna say. Emily's right here in chat, so you know.
Hi,
Look them
Emily.
up.
Thanks for making awesome dice.
Emily makes awesome dice and does awesome
Again,
art, so
put the
you
link-
should follow them
put
on
the link
social
in the
media.
chat.
Favorite dice material. I mean, I feel like when I first started playing D&D, I was all about metal, and I do have a couple sets of metal that I do really like. But I feel like I always feel bad going over to someone else's house or someone's like really nice dice tray or dice tower or like their game table, and I'm just like throwing these like metal bullets on the table. I'm like,
Yeah,
"Ah,
yeah.
somebody scratching up your shit." Metal's really cool. There,
I have one set of metal dice, and they are BBEG only.
yeah.
Only when we're fighting the big bad guy do I pull those out.
I
My
have two. Go
metal
for it, go
dice
for it.
sets are just decoration.
Yeah,
The metal
Yeah.
dice sets, decoration only.
yeah. I have two stone dice, Benjamin, that are my death saves dice for my players. I've never rolled them yet. I have never actually made one of my players go to death saves. I'm trying to think. Favorite material. I do actually. Now that you mentioned, I do have some like not shiny like resin dice, and those are really cool. Like, yeah, you feel like they're gonna be like squishy or like
Yeah.
pliable, but like
Yes.
it's kind of like a little bit of a sleeper, which is nice. I feel like wood dice would be pretty cool too.
Oh yes, wood dice is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I just-
I have a 1d6 that's a gemstone die, and it's really cool, but I never ever would use it because I'm scared to death to chip it.
Oh yeah.
Because for me, I mean, if it's like material wise, it's just by the feel of material, bone.
Oh, nice.
Bone.
Yeah.
Use for usability, I am humble. Plaster is good for keeping your furniture undented. The weight is fine. That's fine. Texture wise, nothing beats a good chested frosted.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Mm.
Honestly, yeah.
Nothing beats a chested frosted. That is the best texture.
I actually get great enjoyment out of using my silicone dice.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Those are they're fun. Like those are good because also they won't damage your furniture.
Are those the bouncy ones?
They're the bouncy ones. Yeah. But they don't like bounce like a bouncy ball. Like they're not that bouncy, but they do have definitely more bounce than your regular dice would.
I've also had candy dice.
I have a
It's very
dice
fun.
related
I would just
question.
eat them when they rolled bad.
Oh yeah.
Dice
I have a
jam.
dice related question.
Okay.
I don't know if this has been answered before, but are people crunchers or
Crunchers, dice
crunchers
eaters.
or not
Like
crunchers?
chewing on your die.
Who's a dice cruncher and who isn't?
I've done it.
I've crunched dice.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Totally
not.
Totally hasn't.
It's awesome. I am of the crunchers. I crunch dice. I crunch it, I crunch it safe crunching, or I make sure it's clean and I don't just crunch. Yeah. But apparently it's one of those things where a lot of people are divided about it. I just wanted to know, see what the room felt.
Honestly, it's a good question. It's a good dividing question.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I do it normally, but there's been a couple of my dice that I've gotten that I'm like, I bet this would taste real good. Just bite on it.
I would buy.
There's a whole conversation in chat
actually-
happening right now about candy dice and chocolate dice.
I would absolutely get a dice that's like hard candy dice, and then if it's failed, I wouldn't tell anybody that I got hard candy dice, right? And if that dice was like, oh, you're terrible, I would just grab it and eat it in front of everybody.
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
Not tell anyone at all. I'd just be like, that's what bad dice. That's what happens to bad dice, and then I'd bring out another one.
Glaiza, I got to be real with you. I was so ready to be a hater until you told me that, and now I'm all in. Actually, I'm in. Yeah.
Right? That's just the best way to do it. Like, eat the dice.
But wait. Like, we are not like college students or kids. Like, we're all adults. Should we just be making cheese dice?
There is cheese dice.
At the table,
Yes,
we roll
there's
cheese dice.
Wait,
That's
S,
a good
what's
idea.
the opposite of cheese dice?
Ooh.
Ice cream dice,
No.
which is a
Ice
brand.
cream
Obviously.
Dice.
Oh, I really want to buy some like ice cube trays that are the shapes of dice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've seen those.
That's
And then
the
again, you
size
could
of a
crunch.
D20.
You could crunch on those as well.
I have a soap that's the size of a D. It's the shape and size of a D20.
Nice.
Oh, I also have that from Geeky Clean. I have like it
Lights
has a
out
set of
when you
dice
watch
in it
it, right?
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
To answer your question, the opposite of cheese dice is fasting theater of the mind.
That's a good one.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's definitely.
That was it.
Yep.
Got it.
Jason just
Dang,
said in
101.
chat they should make candy hearts with the numbers 1 through 20 on them that you could pull them out of a bag like chits.
Oh my God, yes.
Mhm,
That would,
mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
That would be so good.
I love it. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Hold, please.
Holding.
Looking to see what other questions we have. All right. There's one from Mimics and Misfits. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna save that one for when we're just about done because that's a good one to like wrap up with. So I'm gonna ask the one that Emily has been waiting for the entire episode.
Let's go, Emily.
Okay.
Emily doesn't even have to ask anymore because I see Emily in chat and I go, I know what we're doing tonight.
Oh, no.
All right, here we go.
Emily's question is, give us your best 60-second villain monologue.
Hell yeah. Big.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a little bit of time before I do mine. So, chat, help me out here. I need a villain trope and a really weird thing that they're fixated on,
Ooh.
and then I will craft my monologue using that.
Okay.
What do you got? Muttley? Dry ice.
Dry ice.
That's your villain trope. You are dry ice.
I don't. Hold on. I'm passionate about how grilled cheese is made. Okay, the pong ball. Okay. Villain trope. Like the pong ball's a little too specific. I can't work with that. Pinball. Okay.
Actually, gonna look at this and get inspiration as well. So, chat, give some
There
more.
you go. Keep it up, chat.
I will.
Keep it going.
Here. I got it. All right. Ready? All right. I will. All right. I'm ready to do it. I'm just gonna call an audible here. I will choose the villain.
Okay.
But you have finally made it. Do you ever wonder, Mr. Tisltra, why I like grilled cheese so much?
Tied up.
Have you ever considered this? We see here the melted cheese betwixt two slices of bread. The choice of bread is yours. But what is the larger message of the cheese? I ask you this, Mr. Tisltra. It is this. The cheese without the bread is uncontrolled and chaotic. The bread without the cheese is plain, boring, uninteresting. We can choose sourdough, wheat, white, whatever you like. Ultimately, bread is bread. But when we combine them, we get something else, something between order and chaos. That is the power of the grilled cheese sandwich. You, Mr. Tisltra, are just cheese. You exist in defiance of the natural order. You are chaos incarnate, ruining my cast iron, destroying civilization, and, as one might say, gumming up the works. And you may say to yourself, oh, then clearly I must be the bread. No, Mr. Tisltra, I am the fire.
Wow. That was good.
That was. I got goosebumps. Goosebumps upon my skin.
Okay, who wants to follow Benjamin?
I mean,
Right,
I'm
out.
waiting on mine. I'm waiting for
God.
that was
inspiration.
amazing, Benjamin. I need to meet that guy again.
Yeah.
All right, Glaiza, what you got? You got
Apparently, I got from Emily the persistent. No matter how many times thwarted, the guy just keeps coming back stronger.
well, that's pretty good.
Am I the persistent one, or is the villain, or is my enemy the persistent one?
I think you're the persistent one. You're the villain that just won't die at the end of the 90s action movie.
Okay. What am I angry about?
You're angry about you.
Oh wait, hold on. I got the prompt above. Enemies to lovers to worse enemies.
Oh.
Okay.
But wait, wouldn't that with the persistent make the villain an X?
Oh yeah, we are. Absolutely.
I was going to say, this feels like it's kind of in Glaiza's wheelhouse, actually.
Yeah.
Let me do this.
All right, Glaiza. All right, Glaiza.
You told me that you cared about me, Hen. You told me, Hen, that we would spend our lives together. But then you found out that I wasn't really into cheese. And apparently, that was a deal breaker for you. I couldn't wrap my mind around it. Cheese? After everything we went through, it was cheese? You couldn't even forgive me for cheese? And now you keep coming back and telling me that you knew me. But I refuse to forgive you because right now I have a child, you see. I have a child, not with you, Hen, with somebody else. And you should know, Hen, that it could have been you. But now I have a child named Cheese with a mom that is not. I'm sorry. I have a child who's crying right now, and I'll be right back.
Amazing.
Emily says
Amazing.
Liza dating
Well,
Sim
geez,
when?
that does make you a villain.
Liza dating Sim when? Yes, let's go.
God.
Let's go.
Sorry, the child was watching Bluey, and the Bluey turned off, and I
Oh
was just like,
no,
Oh,
God.
heard it.
I cry when Bluey turns off his mom.
Yeah, we
Anyway,
love
um,
Louis. We love Louis.
I hope it was great.
That was
I got
lovely.
distracted by the child named Cheese.
That was so good. It was literally so good. Man, both of those. Dang, top tier. Top
Right?
tier villains.
Yeah, I am terrified to follow this up.
I mean, I'm feeling pretty terrified as well. I'm not gonna lie. Not
But
gonna lie.
I have an idea for a monologue. This is the start. But again, it is almost 4 a.m.
It's okay, half bacon. We believe in you. We believe in you.
Yeah.
This is also going back to the grilled cheese.
So good.
You think you're clever, don't you? Oh, you were so smart, but you don't realize the mistake that you have done. I thought you could. I believed in you, and I just cannot comprehend the microwave. I know it melts cheese, but that is not what the microwave is for.
Oh no!
Bread in the mic. Do you realize the damage you have caused to this delicacy that you have ruined? Not only have you ruined this bread and cheese, you ruined us. You ruined everything. I can understand a bit of melted cheese on just cheese on a plate in the microwave. I can understand that. But bread, you just had to add the bread.
Oh no.
I just cannot forgive that.
Henry, the prompt was villain monologue, not justified and heroic monologue.
Yeah, so
Okay,
the
so
true
yeah,
villain.
the true
villain who made a grilled cheese in the goddamn microwave.
Both of the grilled cheese paladin over here.
Both of the grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Rosie said that was a villain origin story.
Exactly, that is the
Literally.
villain origin story.
You know, Henry, for 4 a.m, that was pretty good.
That was
Outstanding.
impressive.
Thank you.
Oh my god, marvelous! No need to be afraid because that was the cream of the crop right there. Good gravy.
I just kept thinking about those horror stories I've heard of people making
Mm.
tea, but they heat up their water in the
Oh, yeah.
microwave.
Yeah.
I am
That's
one of those
where my
people.
brain
I
went.
heat up water in the microwave.
I did that
Just
this morning. I'm
faster.
so sorry. I am the problem.
Faster.
You are the
I am the problem is me.
Oh no. That's amazing.
All right, S or David?
S, if you want to go for it,
Okay.
feel free. But yeah,
Okay.
there we go.
You
Perfect.
don't remember me, do you? Of course you don't. Why would you? So many years ago, when all of you first started the destruction, you so-called heroes, just for coins, you destroy everything. You got your coins, but Your fire, your goddamn fire ruined our cheese. No food for the winter. My children died. I had to run alone. I keep hearing stories. Your destruction, the economy in ruins as you keep getting your coins. You don't think, you believe yourself gods. You turn a farmer into a dark path of necromancy. Now, now you will know. You will be humbled by that which you destroy. You will not escape the inevitability of fire and rot.
My heart was
I thought
is
you were about to
literally,
say
good.
now you
literally
know.
That was
You don't
so
know
good.
why cheese has holes.
David, you are fucked, buddy. Why
No,
did
I'm
you go
fucked.
there?
I'm not gonna be able to. I'm not gonna be able to follow any of that. You all fucking slayed that. Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry, I've cursed a lot on your stream tonight.
That was amazing.
That was
Oh my
amazing.
god, I'm terrified right now.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I
Great, that
literally-
was so good.
My heart was like beating faster. I was like, holy shit. This
that was
this-
this is probably the third or fourth time I've done that, and I think that was
Mhm.
the first one that authentically made me feel intimidated. That
Just
was
immediately that you
awesome.
don't remember me, I was like, oh shit.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Immediately.
Excuse me.
Little side
Alright.
note, guys. Like, if you, I mean, feels that it matches. I don't know if you guys know about the Adventures of Baron Munchausen. Is this like a storytelling game? You can actually play it as a drinking game, and you can actually interrupt people's stories and monologues. And just like, no, that's not how that happened, and you just introduce something batshit crazy, and they have to continue the story. Or the
Oh, that's so good.
That's
That
really
is
That's
So-
so good.
Yeah.
all right, David.
Do we have
you're
time,
up.
Luna? Okay, cool. All right.
Oh, do we got time, Luna?
Yeah.
We
Please,
will
do we
make
not have
time
time?
We'll make time. Okay. Let's see what I can do here.
for you, David.
Um,
Always.
Oh, I feel so loved. Okay. Well. Look where we are. You standing there over your heated pan, melting the cheese, shredding the cheese, adding butter, seasonings. But you ever pause and think about where those come from? Yes. Have you thought about the people you've hurt to make this grilled cheese? Have you thought about the people who have fallen for you to enjoy this subtle snack? No, I don't think you have. Or you wouldn't have done it. But that's why I'm here. I'm here to bring this rain of fire and oil down to the ground. I will stop this moment. I will stop you from eating my brethren, my cheese friends. You will pay for every single one you've fermented, curdled, cottaged, shredded, sliced, and grilled. Now, pick up your spatula, because this ends now.
That was so good, David.
Hey, David, I've got some smut that I want to send you. Would you mind reading it in that voice?
You want to know
It's
something?
gonna be
fun?
just-
Let me just grab some stuff.
I-
Please don't ask who they are or whatever. Just read them for me. It'll
I
be
got
great.
it.
Just
Yeah,
read
got
the
it, don't
fucking
worry.
page, David.
I was
Give me the
gonna
voice.
say-
I need it.
Read the fucking
The
page.
range of emotions I went through throughout that.
There you go. I mean, I was just trying to, inspired by all of you, just trying to make it all happen.
That was so
That
good.
fun
was
fact.
that was so
TT Benjamin.
good.
That was great.
I might know someone who does read smut for money. I'll let him know if you want me.
Uh,
He's a silly boy.
okay. Emily says on a scale of 1 to Taco Bell villain monologue, I'd rate that a solid 8.
I'll take it. which is also fire sauce in the Taco Bell rating system. So
Yeah.
that's
Nice.
that means a
That
lot.
was fire sauce. You're right.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are just about out of time, so we're gonna go back around again. Have everybody remind us of who you are and anything that you would like to share about what you have coming up or working on or anything like that. And we're gonna throw in the last question that we haven't answered yet because I think it's a good one to add into our outgoing thing. And this was a question that came in from Mimics and Misfits, and it was, what is something that your friends tell you should brag about more?
Oh, that's
So
a cool
That is
question.
good. That's a good
I
que- that's a
know,
great
I think so
question, Matt.
too.
You're so cool.
This is your chance to brag about something that your friends think you should brag about more. TTBenjamin,
I
we're going
think-
to start with you.
Matt, I think you should brag about how good of a friend you are. More often. Hey everybody, I'm TTBenjamin. You can find me on Twitter at TTBenjamin1. You should go follow me on Twitter at TTBenjamin1. I am the producer and showrunner of the Game Woven podcast. I'm just gonna go listen to the podcast. Just listen to the goddamn podcast. It's new, it's different, it's great. We've got some unbelievable guests. 3 of them are in the space like right now. We're doing a bunch of indie games and we're daisy chaining them together in a way that no one else has by using them to tell one contiguous story that is the history of a world that we're building as we go. It's so cool and profound, and you just go Game Woven, as in woven from games. Go listen to it, go check it out. Give it like 4 episodes, and you'll be like, oh, I get it. This is amazing. You will say that, and then you'll DM me that. I also wrote Adversary, which is a kind of pseudo sort of For the Queen tabletop game about playing out the final battle of a years-long campaign entirely in flashbacks. It is so good, if I do say so myself. And the thing that so none of my friends ever tell me that I have things that I should be prouder of because they are too busy bullying me. My friends are so mean to me. It's especially my TT. No, seriously, it's a joke that has turned into its own thing. They're incredibly mean to me all the time. No, they love me. It's fine. I think the thing that jumps out from my work in the TTRPG space most, and that I do get a lot of compliments on, I think my world building hooks and the way I use them are incredible. I don't mind saying it. I have fun ideas, and then I keep spinning them until they feel real and authentic and human and lived in, and people really like that and they connect with them.
Awesome. Ben, thank you so much for being here. It's always a pleasure, and I'm glad we had a chance to connect.
No, you.
S, we'll go to you next.
Let's go, S.
I think I'm lost. Should I reintroduce myself?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, I'm S. He can pronounce. Currently, I don't have anything on the works. In the future, yes, maybe in 8 months. Something I should brag more about would be my custom-made screens. I have when I launched them years ago, I got many compliments that they were the most beautiful screens people have seen. This were for World Darkness, so I guess that's that.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It was so great to get to meet you. And hopefully we can stay in touch after the fact.
Yeah.
David Tisltra.
It's me. Hello, everybody. First of all, Luna, thank you so much for having me back on the show. It's always a pleasure. And to the rest of the cast here, it's very fun to meet you and get to talk to you. For those of you who don't know, my name is David Tisltra. You can find me at David Tisltra on all of the social media stuffs. I am a voice actor, TTRPG performer, dungeon master. You kind of name it. Currently, what I'm working on right now is we're bringing my main show From Afar podcast that's coming back. We've been recording some stuff and editing some stuff, getting that cooking. My second main show, which is a live play based in the Spelljammer universe called Supernova, with Story Quest Season 1 Supernova. That's coming out in the next little bit. Actually, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to edit some of that. So that's coming out in the next couple months. Keep an eye out for that. If you're excited or into kind of short form or shorter form TTRPG arcs, like 8 to 12 episodes, about 50 minutes each. This will be the show for you. We have an amazing cast, some people who have been on Critical Role, some people who played with Geek and Sundry, some just really, really fun folks. Check it out. So that's coming out. Story Quest is coming out pretty soon. Keep an eye out for that. I recently just played Root in another live play here in Los Angeles for the Dice Decide. So check out the Dice Decide. Super fun cast. Bunch of cosplayers. There was a doctor at the table, like a singer-songwriter. I was the only TTRPG person there, and it was still really, really, really fun. So yeah, and I love cheese, as Lord Richter says. But yeah, it's just good to be back. I feel like we've all been kind of quiet for a little while, but it's good to be back in the space and hanging out with good folks and talking about fun games. And just love you all. Thing I should brag about more?
Yeah.
Oh man. Let's see. This is just some feedback from today. I literally finished running a game today, right before, about 10 minutes before we started doing this. And one of my players told me, he's like, hey, you should don't be afraid to do more voices. He's like, you have a lot of good voices. Don't be afraid to do it and let that shine. I was like, that means a lot to me. So I will try to work that muscle more and do more voices in the future.
Do more better voices.
More better voices. Yes.
Okay. David, thanks so much for coming and hanging out tonight. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you, and I appreciate you fitting us into your busy schedule.
Always. Yeah, no, not a problem. Luna, I will always make time for you. Always.
All right. Henry.
Yes, hi, and thank you so much for having me on here. It's been a blast, and I hope to stay in touch with all of you guys. And it's just so much fun to meet all of you. And in case you don't know, my name is Henry. You can find me at Jen_Hen on all the socials. I also stream here on Twitch. And I am also generally just podcaster. I work on a lot of different projects, but the main one right now is a queer horror anthology series called Circes, where I voice act and I audio edit. I also have been a player on a D&D actual play show called Coming Together Naturally, which was really, really fun. I do so many smaller things. I don't really know what to focus on here. But yes, feel free to follow me everywhere, and you will hear all about my various projects going on. Something I should brag more about is probably, my friends keep telling me that I need to be more confident with my storytelling abilities, because I keep saying oh, I'm not a writer, I'm not really a storyteller. And then the games that you run, you are such a great storyteller in all the games that you run, and I should probably try to do more writing. And I have an idea for I have a few ideas for different podcasts, but so I should probably try writing some podcasts. So keep an eye out in the future. I will probably write my own stuff as well. But yeah.
Awesome. Well, Henry, thank you for staying up until the wee hours of the morning.
Of course.
For anybody who missed it, Henry is in Norway, and it's just after 4 a.m. there. So we appreciate you, and definitely hope to stay in touch, and we'll keep an eye out for everything you're working on. Glaiza.
Hey, it's me, Glaiza. I go by they, he. If you find a classical Glaiza on the internet, that's probably me. If you find a 70s Glaiza, that's not me. That 90s Glaiza, also not me. You have to make sure that it's classical Glaiza. Because if it's any other Glaiza, then you found the wrong one. You've gone too far. Classical Glaiza everywhere on all the internet. I am the guide of the longest running Monster Care Squad game called From the Library. And you can find that by going to twitch.tv/classical Glaiza. And we run every... Is that me?
Nope, you're good.
Okay, cool. So every Thursdays, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, whatever. And we do that every Thursdays. something that I should brag more about. Now, there's a lot of things that I should be bragging about, but I think the one that I should be bragging the most about is looking at my hair. My hair is fantastic.
It's great hair.
Like, look at that. It's the
Really
color, like the
It is
side
amazing.
shave. That is the best thing. This is the best hairstyle. You know, and I should just
always agree.
be willing to brag about it all the time.
I'm a fan.
Thank you. And that is my way out of this being nice to yourself question.
All right, and
Did it.
I am Gamer Mom Luna. This has been Tales from the Tavern. You can find us here the first Sunday of every month, except for the month of July. We will not be here because I'm getting married, so we won't be here that weekend.
The wedding, baby. I've always wanted to object to one. Let's fucking go.
Let's go. You know, Jack, yes, we do. We wanted to be on Tales from the Tavern today.
Yeah, we're doing it right fucking now. Dave and I are gonna show up, and we're both over 6 feet. We're freaking tall.
This is
Very
true.
tall.
I've met David in person. I know that for a fact.
Mhm.
The first thing I said to David was, "Wow, you're a lot taller than I expected."
I slouch a lot, so that's very-
Anyway, yeah, you can find us here the first Sunday of the month, except for the first Sunday in July, because like I said, I'm getting married. But also, the first Sunday in June will be Tales from the Tavern. That is part of the 4th annual Extra Life Charity Stream Weekend Extravaganza. So if you are interested in participating, you can find a sign up on Twitter and Threads, and probably buried somewhere on Blue Sky, because I don't think I can pin posts on Blue Sky. Or you can just reach out to me directly and I will send you the link to the form. We are going to be playing games on Friday, May 31st, Saturday, June 1st, and Sunday, June 2nd. We've already got some really cool people lined up. We've got, let's see, Ryan, who is Run DMG on TikTok and Instagram.
Oh, nice.
Has already signed up to play. David said he'd be interested if we can squeeze it into his schedule. We've got a lot of other people who have said that they would be interested as well. So yeah, I would love to put you into a game if that works out for people. Yeah, I've got a couple podcasts coming out. They're still in the works, so stay tuned to my social media for that. And I think that's about it for us. So we're gonna go round out our Sunday in the most mellow way we know how, and we're gonna go pay a visit to our friends Turtles and Chill. If you have not seen Turtles and Chill, they are a 24-hour turtle and fish tank with chill music.
Nice.
And they are super awesome. So we're gonna go raid them, and hope you all have a fabulous evening. Have a fabulous month, and we will see you at the beginning of May. Have a great night, everybody.
And remember,
Bye, Chad. Thank
keep
you.
it grilled cheesy.
Keep it real cheesy.
I should go.
Real